very hard for logical people to go spiritual. Of all the, like, mystical and unreal experiences that I've had, especially in the last 4 years, but even, like, I'm thinking even earlier, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, when I was just different random synchronicity, crazy things that you keep in your mind. And when I went through all this stuff, I figured at one point it'll all sort of come together and I'll sort of get it. And I look at these other spiritual people. Like, I resonate a lot with the spiritual community, the awakening community, the ascension community, the conspiracy community, anyone that sort of thinks outside of the box. But some things are just not ever, I'm never like fully on board, and I wonder how they ever got there. How did they ever, holy shit, this is bad traffic. Oh. Shit. I don't know if I'm going to get home in time for the kids with this roadworks. Oh well, we'll see how we go. Yeah, I wonder how they ever switch over. Or were they never logical to begin with? Like, were they just born with that part of their brain open? And me, I'm not. Like, I've got to find the why, the reasoning, the science behind it, the research behind it, the make sure it's right thing. I can't delusionally just believe. I can't delusionally believe my imagination. And yet there's so many times when when I have believed, the miracles have happened. So I understand the concept and the truth behind believe it and you'll see it. There is so much truth to that. But there's got to be some point when you've believed it, you've seen it, and now you get it, and now you can see it without having to delusionally change your brain to imagine it. Tarot for me is pretty much spot on. There's the cutest little car in front of me. It's like a motorbike. It's about the size of a motorbike. It's so cute. Yes, you are. You're a real cute thing, but you'd be squished in a second in the wrong place. All right, tarot for me, nearly 100%. Nearly. Sometimes I'm like, nah, this doesn't resonate at all. And other times it blows my mind. Blows my mind how accurate it is. And more so than not, it's more accurate. I Ching, I would say almost 100% accurate. Crystals I don't really get. You know, some crystals are prettier than others, some crystals stand out more than others. As far as feeling energy or anything like that off crystals, I don't. As far as understanding why people wear certain crystals on their body to open chakras and things like that, I don't get, one, how is anything more than an intention tool, and if that's true then that's fine. If it's an intention tool that works, just like the placebo effect works, any kind of intentional thing that you can use, that you can believe and it actually works, any kind of thing that ends up being a placebo that works, great. And I think that's half how this reality works. But the problem is you've still got to have that belief. And how do you get that belief if you're not, it's not like you cannot believe anything that someone just tells you to believe. There has to be something in you that matches that and understands that and realizes and has a belief in it. You can't give someone a placebo pill and tell them it's a placebo pill and it will work for them. That's what I'm trying to understand today. Today, that's just on my mind as I was driving. I'm just like, you know, meditation and prayer and all that kind of stuff. I believe they're all intentional tools. They're beliefs that you take on that actually work. They change your perception, your reality. There's the happiness in your cells, hormones and things going on in your body because of it, because your thoughts change. Oh God, how are we going to do this? This is... Dude. Yeah, so a psychic told me I needed blue kyanite to open up my throat chakra, to have more trust in people again. And yeah, I don't trust people at the moment. I don't. I still, 2 years now, I've flipped over. I don't even trust myself. So, other people, of course I don't trust. Guides, I don't trust either. The only thing I've trusted in the last 2 years has been the I Ching, and that's the only thing, and the only reason that is because it's the only benevolent, nice advice I've received from anyone. Everyone else is not as benevolent. I liked being in my light world before it tore down. So now I'm sort of stuck in that that bridge between two worlds. Like, I'm not on board with all the spiritual stuff, but I'm totally not on board with mainstream, and I'm more on board with the spiritual stuff. That makes way more sense to me, but I'm still like discerning what is truth. At that time that I took on all those beliefs and everything, and I was in my crazy la-la land, it was the best time ever. And, miracles and weird things happened. Like, I'd never received visions before, and I received visions. I was so excited that I'd received visions, even if they weren't visions that I wanted to see. But I was still excited, like a new superpower kind of thing. Like, wow, I've never had that before. This is awesome. I'm opening up to something. And then, boom, whoa, finding out that I can't trust people. And then, then maybe I can't trust myself or my guides or what's going on with me and all that kind of stuff, and let's turn it all off. And yeah, just this person telling me, I need blue kyanite. What do you mean I need blue kyanite? Like, and people who do these chakra cleansings and stuff like that, I'm like, how can you know that chakras even exist? You can't see them. Or are you saying that you can see them? Or are you just imagining that you can see them? And then there's some videos, where they've removed their chakras completely. Well, how the hell have they done that? Like, how? There's so many things that I'm like, yeah. Like, have you just taken it on because you've read it somewhere and everybody else is... I have to have a personal experience with everything to validate it. And I can't just believe just because everybody else believes. I tried Reiki, like, how many times, and it didn't do anything for me. And then one person, she did Reiki on me, and I felt it everywhere. And I had my eyes closed, but I knew exactly where she was working on, and without her saying anything. And she wasn't touching my body, she was doing it energetically. And also another one from the States did it on me, and I felt it. And she's, in the USA, like, how is that possible? It wasn't a placebo because I didn't know that the time was starting yet. I wasn't expecting it. That's when you're like, hey, there's something to this. There's something to this. And then you can sort of start opening up. I don't like how it seems to be the other way for everything. Like, why does it have to be the other way for everything? Why do you have to believe before it works? There would be so much less doubt if it worked without needing the belief. But I think the way the whole reality works is that you need belief. And we have these embedded beliefs, and that's what we're, like, fighting with. We've got these embedded beliefs given to us by, school, society, parents, drama queens, negative people, and then you've got, you know, these experiences that sort of randomly happen, but you've got nothing to, like if you were brought up in a mystery school, you would have some kind of support and reassurance that it is, you know, spiritual. When you grow up in, you know, Western society, you don't know if you're nuts or if you're actually having a spiritual experience. You've got no background to work with, so it's easy to, you know, 2 days later go, did that really happen or did I imagine it? Did it really happen? But in the moment, it's like miraculous. In the moment, it's like, wow, this world is so cool. Wow. And then 2 days later you go, did that really, was I imagining it? Did that really happen? And you want it again, but because you've got that doubt, you don't have the belief anymore, therefore it doesn't happen again. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure it all out, I guess. I got the billboard sign behind me, I want to believe. Just like Mulder in X-Files, I want to believe. And yet, and I'm open to believe, but I'm not open enough to just believe without discernment. Because when I believed and just trusted the universe, that's when everything went fucked up. So I'm learning. I'm still learning what is, yeah, like I need to have trust in myself again. I need to have trust in the universe again. And I also need to know myself so well that I never go against what feels right for me. And that's also why I'm not going to blindly just believe. Yeah. Hard to explain to other people, especially this channel, I think, because this channel's, I don't know, van people? I don't know. I know I'm not like I started using Facebook again just last a couple of weeks randomly, just because a friend committed suicide and I didn't know about it until I actually was at the mum's house, and she thought that I was there because of him, because, well, it had been all over Facebook and I hadn't been on Facebook. I'd taken a hiatus. So I'm now back on Facebook because I realised that's where our connections are, and, you know, I sort of want to just at least be connected still, stay connected, not be completely disconnected. But, you know, being back, especially yesterday and today, there was all these people that just started messaging me again, and I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to have Facebook chats, random, hi, how are you chats and stuff. I'm not ready. I don't want to be back into social media. I just want to stay connected with what's going on. But yeah, I did a few Instagram, I did a Facebook live video, and I changed my profile, and then all of a sudden I started getting these messages, oh, you're back, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, shit, I'm not back. I am not back, because I don't want this. I don't want to sit on the computer all day talking about anything yet. I'm not there. It's not that there's any there to get to, but this new space that I'm in, I'm not into that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. You can't make me. So yeah, I was getting annoyed with all the messages coming through, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not ready, and I'm not back. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of connection. Not yet. I'm not there. Wherever there is in my mind of whatever I mean by that. Maybe I'll never be back that way again. Maybe I'll never use Facebook in that way again. I don't know. But I don't feel like talking to people like that. It's annoying. It's, yeah, I'm not there. I think I'm still trying to discover who this new person is. Like, I'm still without feelings. I'm still without love and compassion, and I'm still without, on the good side, I'm still without fear and anxiety, but I've got no feelings. I don't have a pull towards anything. I don't have passion. I don't have purpose. I just am in this new space of discovering wherever this is, this new, whatever this is, whatever I am, whatever who I am now, after all this, shattering of my ego into a million pieces and not being able to come back from that. And my heart is still just, it took a hiatus somewhere. It just went off to God knows where. My heart went to Bali and left me here. Like, I don't have any feelings for anything, and it's not a dark place to be. It's just a nothing place to be, and it's so weird because I used to feel so much. I used to feel with everybody, with everything. I used to feel. My whole life I've been feeling, big feeling person. And now I don't feel. And I don't want to not feel, although it is such a relief to not have fear and anxiety. But I'm not in a great place either, because like I've put on weight, I'm not looking after my health, and all that kind of stuff could be all related as well. Like, I need to get back on track. Like, I need to, start finding my joy again, start trusting people again, all that kind of stuff. But I don't want to be pushed into it. It needs to become when I'm allowing it. I can't just jump in and trust. I can't. There's just so many betrayals there as well. Like, I can't believe that, out of so many people that could have rectified the situation, they didn't. And, they all knew about it. It was sort of like this big joke behind my back kind of thing, and my ego just couldn't take it, But it's forced me to heal all these past traumas and complete things and all that kind of stuff, so that I'm not like carrying around this fear and anxiety and all that kind of stuff. It's like a good thing. It's ended up making me deal with all this stuff, but I don't know where I'm at, and I'm just wherever I am here now. And it's not a bad thing. It's just not, my life doesn't look the way that I want it to look. And so I need to start with, diet and just the, standard things that you're called to do, clean up and look after your health and try and get your mindset right and try and find what, really be actively seeking what is it that I like to do, what is it that I want to do, what is it that brings me joy, so that I can start bringing some happiness back into my life, start listening to music, just doing basic things, I guess. Alright, I should get out of the car. But I do believe now that I'm not, like I was worried that I was like in some kind of defensive depression kind of thing, because this is the first time in my life that I'm not feeling anything. But I don't think it's depression now. I really think that it's like a new level of the game. I think that getting rid of all those fears and me not feeling is actually my new normal. But I do want to bring joy back in. Yeah. All right. See ya. Yuck, why are you doing that?
Right about now.
The funk soul, brother.
Get out now. The funk.
Say, I'm thinking.